What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is the Blaze again with King's Critiques, and we're back for Hoshino Co. In the last episode, a movie idea was pitched after Aqua's big announcement of him and Ruby being Ai's kids. And this movie was supposed to be a documentary of sorts. Maybe more like, what's the actual word for it? I don't remember the actual word. A tribute to Ai. And the person they had in mind to play Ai, unfortunately, met up with their father and, well, ended the same way that the doctor did all the way back in the beginning. But does that mean we're coming in close to finding an answer for things? Is it going to drag on to a season 4? I think it is. Let's find all that out in the next few episodes. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And before I finish up, small thing, regardless of how I sound right now, my throat has kind of hurt the past, 18 hours. So if I cough or crack up or something, highly apologize, but allergies are starting to affect me in the worst sort of way. Do feel a little bit better, but not too much that I will not give that warning. Anyway, hit the like button, and let the whole video let me go watch time. And that's it, let's go. And the snorting, if I snort, I apologize too. Some of it can't be helped, some of it's to clear my breathing. It's funny, they come to Miyako with the pitch, and she just looks so unsure about it. But of course, to help Aqua and Ruby and everybody, she's gonna do it. True, and that's why you usually get, mid or little company that could explode one day. Kind of what happened with A24. They took a bunch of big risks and it paid off. So, yeah. And they're probably going to find an obvious place. Though he's not always right. Like, yeah, he says that, and yet, how do a bunch of social phenomenons actually occur this day and age? Social media, regrettably. So it's not always true. I mean, sometimes you also have, places like Netflix that aren't like big in the making movie industry, but they're big enough to where if they put something out, people will acknowledge it and then it'll grow and grow and grow. I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters. It came onto Netflix and then it was eventually big enough that even theaters were like, can we rent that from you for the weekend? Yeah, she fucking died. Okay, I do really hate that guy for what he did to Kana here, but I will give him credit. He's very passionate about making money. Doesn't change my mindset about the type of person he is because of that, but... Okay, why did she just give him those 3 options? And why is the one that involves spiders the least life-threatening? Because she really just said, fall into a pit of tarantulas, get shot by a helicopter, or have a meteorite dropped on you. You might live from one of those. Unfortunately, that's probably the tarantulas. And he just took the meteorite, which also valid. Wow, rude. It's like, oh shit, I've been recognized. And she just helps him run off from the fangirls. Well, they might have their own emotional problems with one another, but at least she's still willing to help him in that regard. Get away from the crazy chicks. I feel like Akun is like way too close to just Aqua. And it kind of reminds me of that character from Call of the Night. Which, hey, if you haven't checked my series on that on any of the 3 platforms I uploaded it to, go do that. It's a good show. Really weird, but still a good show. Then again, actually saying Call of the Night is weird and then looking at this, you know what, never mind. Sundaria's hell reaction, and you both know it's complete bullshit. Damn. Apparently I kinda didn't even know that, so it's like, wait, shit, I have a chance now? Cool. The exact expression with those words running through her head. Yeah. Yeah, you really did just kind of like bury yourself on that, didn't you, sweetheart? just completely disregarding the possibility of romance for the time being because his mind is elsewhere. Which, hey, for the first 2 seasons, he ran with that feeling, and now it's back. And he knows exactly what he's doing, hopefully. Meanwhile, them just spewing the rhetoric of everyday society. Everybody has the right to be happy. Well, not everybody. Like, do a lot of people deserve it that aren't happy? Sure. Are a lot of people happy that don't deserve it? Yes. So, yeah, but you and your sister fighting still, that's a whole other story. Though, it does make me question, well, when does things unravel for everything to shift once again? Oh, the Raven Girl returns. That's not a compliment, Ruby. I mean, granted, compared to what some people can say, maybe, but then again, I'm a high school dropout, and I still say my highest level of education was high school, because it's not untrue. I only dropped out in my senior year, because, let's be honest, I just didn't like school. I didn't give a shit about school. School was not going to help me get anywhere in life, and I knew everything I needed to know by that point. Everything else was just kind of like rewatching the same thing. So, yeah. But at least, back then when I went to high school, even though it was for like emotionally and mentally underdeveloped people, still taught me more than general high schools do nowadays. Fuck, even middle schools or elementary schools. Like, I can't say 100% on that, just the 30% I'm aware of thanks to social media. That cat is not dealing with Ruby's bullshit at all. She's sitting there just meowing at it, and he's like, I want to sleep, leave me alone. Nope. And then she just yowled at it, and he came up from nowhere. Damn. Like, now she looks like she just wants to kill her own brother. But I guess taking such serious offense to what he did is understandable. And, yeah. Like, she'll eventually come to understand why he did it, but. Wait, what? What DVD? Fucking most kids nowadays. What's a DVD? Yes, actually, yes, he is. And she did ask, what DVD? And he's like, no, never mind, never mind. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at in life, too. Everybody's just kind of like a bullshitter, but while you can't think that way, it really holds consistent proof instead of falsities. So. But again, I blame that mostly on like social media and the internet and stuff. Oh. So there was one to both of them, but Aqua never gave Ruby hers. Interesting. He's gonna pitch Ruby, isn't he? Instead of Frill. Yeah, and honestly, I kind of had that thought from the very beginning when they were talking about it. Like, why wouldn't it be Ruby in Ai's role? Like, she would be incredibly reluctant to play the role, but she would match her mother the best, of course. Well, reluctant or not, she's there reading the lines, so they didn't even tell her that that's what she was being screened for. Wow, rude. Well, I want to give him the point that Frill has the name power in theory for the role, and honestly, probably a body closer ties, because, listen, I kind of had it better off than her child. Not by much, but a little bit. And while Frill might be even a little bit bigger than that, it's still closer body wise, and like the eyes are a matter of contacts. Same with the hair, wig, dye, that kind of thing. And while Ruby, yes, would fit the energy and like. Actually, no, I was trying to help Ruby's case to where she'd fit the energy, she'd fit the emotion, the looks, Again, contacts, but not a big deal. But I think the name power is the thing of that. It's not like it's a big Hollywood name as the main role. It's the next of kin, which is the main role, which is better. That's why a lot of people had a lot of hope for that Michael Jackson movie. And from what I've heard so far, it just was shit. Like the one that is his nephew or whatever. Yeah, apparently that's just like complete garbage. But what do you expect from modern day movies like that? You gotta appreciate how subtitled people input little bits like that when people are talking with their mouth full. Like, it's not kind to talk with your mouth full, but it's funny when people do this kind of thing. Let me guess, she didn't know that she was in consideration for the role as well. Oh, now it hit her. For the most part, I understand what she means. Like, you wouldn't have somebody who's a long term talent, like Leonardo DiCaprio, audition for something that he's like used to playing, for example. But then there are certain big name stars that you probably should run through the ringer if they're not used to a certain genre of movie. Like, I'm gonna bring up the obvious example, Renee Zellweger. Like, wait, Renee? No, not Renee Zellweger. The other one. Wait, no, no, fuck. What's her name? It does start with an R. Um, yeah, you gotta hate when I Google things just to like. I'm gonna regret putting this on my search history, but Rachel Ziegler. I was still close. Okay, Rachel Ziegler. Okay, I at least had the right initials. Yeah. Anyway, um, she was not the right choice for Snow White, for example. Like, I don't know if she had ever played in a slice of life fucking whatever. It's not anime. In a action dramedy kind of Disney fucking thing, and she was at least 40% of the reason the movie was garbage. Like, I haven't watched it myself. I refuse to watch it. I've seen clips from it. I've seen people talk about it. It is 0% any good. So, like, young, big stars definitely should still be, audition for things they are not used to playing. So she wants to have the choice of the role made between the two of them instead of letting the bigwigs take it over. As the actresses of choice, they kind of have that right, don't they? Because even if one of them got chosen over the other, the one that got chosen could still decline it. Giggity? Like, she just called it a private audition, and, like, in all fairness, giggity. It's actually not bad. Realistically, it's pretty cheap, actually. Like, 200 yen for 2 hours is not bad. Then again, that's also conversion thinking. Because, like, isn't it literally exactly how it sounds conversion wise? Like, to us, it'd be $2 for 2 hours. Or have I, like, completely forgotten how yen to USD conversion works? I thought it was 100 yen is a dollar, kind of like pennies. She was actually pretty fast drawing that out. Wait, Akane was in talk of it too? You don't have to feel awkward around her because your brother broke up with her. And respect wise, she still is your big sis. Just because, again, she's not dating your brother, you two can still be friends like that. Meanwhile, Ruby's still just like unsure of what to say or do. Which it is an interesting way to do it that way. Like, the three of them are the ones doing the audition, but it's also the three of them judging the audition. So she's basically throwing out there that all three of them have enough pride that they would be able to admit when someone else is better. And this is when Frill's about to drop it on both of them. Well, the role is your mother. And for once in like 20-ish years, that's not being used as a joke. Okay, damn. That went from being, an audition for being a liar, which the boy who cried wolf was a liar, but to have it go down that path? Damn. Then again, I guess I have seen a couple of parodies from Simpsons or something where that was exactly how it went. Actually, was that how it went, the actual folktale? Was this another one of those, like, grim folktales that got butchered to be told to children, but never told fully? God, those heterochromatics. Ooh, I like this pause, damn it. That would actually make a really good thumbnail. Like, I did that unintentionally, but that's really good. It's the end of the episode, too. See, I knew I made a right choice trying to finish this today, though, and hopefully I do get the chance, because that was a fun one. My throat didn't bother me too much. No, I'll go and grab my Gatorade in between episodes. But is Frill going to tell her at the end of it what the role is for? Or is she just going to wait for it to be found out herself so she can, like, confront the producer and the director about it? Because on the one end, there's a very high chance she will turn it down. On the other end, there's a chance that she'll agree to it because of the connection to her mother. But I guess we'll have to see how things go. Maybe we'll get to see the other two auditions. Maybe it won't matter. But we find that out later. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as to where that's going to go. What did the Crow Girl have? Crow, Raven, whatever. What did she have to say to Aqua? And what other things are going to happen before the production of the movie is happening? And, of course, before the end of the season in 2 more episodes. Let me know all that down below, as well as, of course, anything else I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the other channels, ring bells like Facebook, follow Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Patreon, and, of course, Twitch. Till next time, been the Blazer King with King's Critique, so ta-ta for now. Peace.